Hey guys, welcome back to Maverick Watch Reviews. Today we have the Boldr Odyssey 500 meter diver, and this happens to be the white ice version. Now, whenever I hear that name, white ice, I always think of the Night King from Game of Thrones. Anyway, it's a really cool looking watch, and we're gonna open this thing up, look at all the features and functions, check out the build quality, and then I'll let you know what I think of this very interesting watch from Boldr. Also, make sure you check out my Amazon shopping page for many of my other favorite watches. I'll make sure to put a link in the description field so you can head on over there and pick out a watch for yourself. Anyway, here you go. Now, I reviewed a Boldr before. I reviewed the, I believe it was the Explorer. Not the Explorer. What did I review? I reviewed the, was it Voyager, Journey? Gosh, what did I review? It wasn't the Voyager. It was the, yeah, it was the Explorer. I don't know, a few months ago, a while back. Anyway, it was a while ago. So I like Boldr watches. They are nice watches. You really do get a lot for your money. And I'm expecting nothing less from this Odyssey. So anyway, here is the watch case. It's a kind of a Pelican style case. And this has to be one of the nicest Pelican style cases from any Microbrand watch company I've ever reviewed. It actually feels like a Pelican case. I mean, it is really a quality case. The only thing is I don't understand is they did the logo. So when you open the watch case up like this, you see the logo fine. But when you're opening the watch, it's upside down. So I don't know if they want everybody else to see it when you open the case, see the logo over here, or if they want you to know that you're opening a Boldr watch box. I don't know why they did that. Anyway, so let's open this thing up. And you don't get any literature inside. I mean, there's nothing, there's no, at least in the sample that they sent me, there's no warranty card, there's no manual, there's no pamphlets, there's no advertising, there's nada, nothing, zip, zilch, there's nothing in here. All you get is the watch and the extra rubber strap, which I guess is really all you need. But anyway, so let's go ahead and take the stuff out. Here is the rubber strap, really nice, branded right there on one of the keepers. Let me see if it's branded on the buckle. Yep, you can see it right there on the buckle as well. God, I hate these double keepers. I have always hated double keepers. I don't know why. And luckily with this one, you could just take it off. It's pretty easy. So anyway, so if you don't want double keepers, boom, take one off. I like that. I like that a lot. So anyway, so there you go. And let's go ahead and take out the watch. All right. Now my first impression when I picked this thing up is, I mean, I like the look of it a lot, but this case really overwhelms this Horween leather strap. Now, Horween is a company based out of Chicago. They've been making leather goods for, gosh, over 100 years, like 113 years. There you go, Horween right there. I mean, it's a quality leather strap for sure, but this watch, the case size, the weight of it, it just absolutely overpowers this leather strap. It's just so big and heavy. It's a big watch, guys, as you're gonna find out. But anyway, since we're on the straps, there you go, there's a strap. Again, double keepers. I can't stand these double keepers. Anyway, you do have also a signed buckle over here, stainless steel buckle, and a little Boldr tag right there. There you go. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the specs. All right, I'll go ahead and put up the specs on the left-hand side of the screen, and we will talk more about this watch. All right, you have a 45.5 millimeter case. It's 16 millimeters thick. It has a 21 millimeter strap. It has super loom for the loom. It does have a signed screw down crown over there at 3 o'clock. It has a Seiko NH35A movement with 42 hours of power reserve. It is windable. It is hackable. It has a 120 click bezel. You have your date function down there at 6 o'clock. It does have a sapphire crystal. It's water resistant to 500 meters, which is 1,640 feet. And it has a helium escape valve over here at 9 o'clock. So, first impression, very heavy, very big, which is not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of people can pull off these bigger, heavier watches now. I do like the white dial. I'm not normally a big fan of white dials because a lot of times they'll make the dial white, they'll make the hands totally white, they'll make the indexes totally white, and everything just blends into each other, and you can't distinguish between the hands and the dial. But Boldr's put a nice big black outline around the hands, a black outline around all the indexes. You have a nice lollipop orange on the second hand over there. So I can easily look down at this and tell what time it is within like a second. So I like it. I really do. No real like design risks are being taken here. I mean, everything is kind of run of the mill, tell you the truth. The indexes are not, I mean, they're not applied. There's nothing really interesting about them. They just do their job and they do it well. Same thing goes with the hands. You have kind of sword style hands. Actually, I like to call these like monument hands because if you look at that hand, it looks like the Washington Monument, the minute hand right there. And then if you look at the hour hand, it's like a little mini Washington Monument. Anyway, so there you go. You got the date down there at 6 o'clock. I do wish they had maybe put some sort of black bezel. And I say this with a lot of watches that don't have a bezel around the date. It just makes the date easier to read. It kind of draws your eye down there to look at the date. So anyway, that's really it about the dial, guys. The bezel, 120 click. Really nice click action. There are no markings for diving over here, by the way. It does have absolutely no play. These Microbrands are getting really good with their bezels, man. Now, the only problem is, at first look, I cannot tell where 12 o'clock is. So, holy crap, where's 12 o'clock? I guess 12 o'clock is, now I can tell that the 12 o'clock is the only one that's loomed. But if you were to look at it at a glance, you'd have no idea which one of these is meant to be 12 o'clock, would you? I just realized that. Look at that. And this is the 12 o'clock because it's the one that's loomed. So anyway, now these are kind of what they call bollards. They actually stick up a little bit from the bezel, as you can tell. When you think of a bollard, is like, say you're going into a government building or some sort of other building, and you need some sort of security there, or maybe it's an entrance to, I don't know, an entrance to something. And these bollards are those big, huge, long kind of poles, big, thick poles that stick up out of the ground. In fact, I'll go ahead and put a picture of one up on the screen for you so you understand what I'm talking about. These are like little bollards, kind of the best way to describe it. Anyway, so again, without the 12 o'clock index being marked, you're going to get confused. And I guess it really doesn't make a difference if you're not diving or you don't care. But I wish they would have somehow made this one different than the rest of these. Obviously, you can tell these are actual metal, and this has got the Loom material on it. But I wish they would have done something, maybe, you know, made it a triangle or did something different with it. Anyway, let's talk about the case. The case basically has all brush surfaces. I mean, there's no real polish anywhere except for that one little strip right there, maybe another strip underneath. Nope, just that one little strip right there. Everything else looks pretty polished. I mean, I'm sorry, pretty brushed. Yep, same thing. You got your helium escape valve over here at 9 o'clock. The case does have a lot of sharp edges too, which doesn't really make for a comfortable case a lot of times. I like these edges to be rounded off a little bit. These are kind of sharp edges, man. So not crazy about the case, but it's not the worst I've seen. Anyway, since we're on the case back, really, really nice embossed or etched case back. You can see it kind of has a sea motif, and then you can see all the constellations up in the sky. Really cool looking laser etched case back. And you've got some writing on the outside, sapphire crystal, NH35A, Boldr, water resistance, 500 meters, yada, yada, yada. So screw down case back. So, man, this thing is really heavy. I forgot how heavy this thing is. What else? Talk about the dual keepers. Guys, that's really about it. I'm going to go ahead and try it on here a second and show you the Loom. But my main impression is just a big watch. It's definitely too big for the leather strap that it comes with. You need to find some sort of aftermarket stainless steel bracelet maybe to put on this thing. Then it's going to be really, really heavy. So maybe you might not want to do it. Maybe how about this? Get a rubber strap. Switch over to the rubber strap that it comes with. Switch over to this one. Because it's just something about the leather in this. I don't know why it's not working for me. It's just not. Plus, these are also, a lot of times, these are really too small for me. I need these leather straps to be a little bit bigger. In fact, I don't even know if I can try this on. Let me see. Yeah, I can get it on. All right, let's try this thing on. And then I'll show you what it looks like on the wrist. These leather straps are always too small for me. All right. Plus, I'm just not a leather strap guy to begin with. Never have been. All right, there you go. And it's got some good wrist presence. It's pretty thick. I mean, 16 mil is pretty thick. But it definitely has some wrist presence. Now I take that, it looks great on the wrist. But it's just, I don't know, man. I can't really make up my mind. I can't make up my mind with this thing. I'm torn. I like the way it looks, but it's so heavy on the leather strap. It's just kind of, Anyway, let me take it off. Man, this is a really nice leather strap. These Horween leather straps are really nice, by the way. All right, let's go ahead and kill the studio light, kill the monitor light, kill the monitor, not the monitor light. Look at that Loom. Let's go ahead and pop this Loom up here. It's one thing I do like about these Odyssey watches. They have that killer cobalt blue lume. Oh, God, I love that lume. Look how those hands are just popping, man. Nice. Obviously, you can see what that 12 o'clock index is now, but look at that blue lume. God, that is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous lume. Love it. Nice lume, man. All right, so let's go ahead and turn everything back on. And guys, that's really been about it for this one. I like the watch. Again, just a tad too big, a tad too heavy for me personally. I'm just not crazy about it with this leather strap, even though it looks good on the wrist, if that makes absolutely any sense. It probably doesn't. But anyway, make sure you go over to Boldr if you like this watch. I think a lot of you are going to like this watch. Make sure you go over to Boldr and pick one up. They're $439 if you want to pick one of these up. And what else? Also, make sure you check out my Amazon shopping page for many of my other favorite watches. I'll make sure to put a link in the description field for that. Go over to Boldr, pick one of these up if you like it. And also, make sure you like and subscribe. Anyway, guys, until the next review, I will see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.